Federal High Court sitting in Port Harcourt has restrained Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki from proceeding with its proposed plan to bar residents of Edo State from places of worship and other public institutions unless they present themselves for compulsory vaccination. The court gave the ruling in a suit filed by Charles Osaretin against the Edo Governor and 5 others. The court granted the request for status quo to be maintained pending the hearing and determination of the motion, thus preventing the state government from enforcing the controversial order. Some religious and civil society groups have unanimously condemned the order by the state government. The court adjourned to the 10th of September 2021 for hearing of the substantive motion. And joining me to examine this development in Edo State is the Executive Director, Equity International Initiative, Chris Iyama. Thank you so much for joining us on TVC News Update at 4. So what do you make of this ruling by the court?
Thank you for having me. First and foremost, it's a very big win for all Edo citizens and of course Nigerians. Yesterday, while the protest was going on, we equally filed a suit in the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt with our lawyer, Mr. Etiaba, SAN, and so this morning the judge, in his infinite wisdom, granted our order, a restraining order, restraining the Edo State government from taking any further action pending when the matter comes up in court. So I think it's a very good development for us within the civil society, for Edo citizens, and of course whole Nigerians as entire. So it's a welcome development, and then we have to say kudos to our judiciary for standing by the people.
Having a prejudice of the court, do you not think that it's very important that people really adhere to the protocol of COVID-19? Because if you see the way people are handling the COVID-19 protocol, it looks like no one wants to get protected by themselves by using face masks and even washing their hands. A lot of people have really jettisoned this practice. Is it not a source for concern for you?
Well, we have not stopped anybody from washing their hands, or we are talking about here is the issue of enforcement. When you want to mandate, enforce, or ensure that by force vaccine upon people, I think that is what we are saying no to. Nigerians, if of course I do not doubt whether there is COVID-19 or not, but what we are saying is that you cannot force any Nigerian who do not want to take vaccine to proceed to take a vaccine. That is our simple thing. So the wearing of face masks, the social distancing, and the rest of them, that is not the point of contention. Actually, it is the fact that we do not want any state government, whether Edo State Government or any state government or federal government, to enforce or to mandate its citizens to wear and to take the COVID-19. That is what we are standing against.
In a nutshell, how would you advise the Edo State government to go about this?
You see, vaccine is a thing of choice. If you want vaccine, go ahead and take vaccine. You should not threaten people that if you do not take vaccine on or before the 2nd week of September, you will not be able to access the banks, you will not access public space, you will not go to church, you will not go to mosques. That's an infringement of rights. And we have rights guaranteed to us by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and we must keep to that. So Edo State government must use any other encouraging words to advise our citizens to take vaccine, but not to mandate it on anybody or not to threaten anybody. That is what we are up against.
Well, anyway, one of the questions people are trying to find out is whether the government itself has enough vaccine in the repository to administer to all of the citizens in Edo State, if these can even go around in the first place.
You see, whether or not the government has enough of vaccine within their custody, you see, that one is a different matter altogether. But you see, the moment government issues a directive, you and I know that we have over serious law enforcement agencies that will begin to implement that law. whether or not there are enough COVID-19 vaccines. So you see, we just want government to put that on hold first. If we have enough vaccine, that is a story for another day. But for now, we are saying no to forceful vaccination. And then, you know, the governor made a statement, and it told security agencies, it said from 2nd week of September, ensure that any person that is not fully vaccinated, stop them from accessing public space, stop them from going to church. Come on, you know, just like you have rightly positioned, that it's not as though the vaccine will go around, but be that as it may, we just want a soft landing. You know, people are so sensitive. As I'm talking to you, right, that statement of the governor has caused a lot of trauma in people of Edo State. Are you aware that on Wednesday last week, one of the first banks around them, Sapele Road, there was a lot of enforcement. People who wanted to withdraw their money, people who wanted to do banking transactions, could not access their money because the health officials stopped them from accessing the vicinity because they told them to show the vaccine certificate. Whereas even the timeline hasn't come to is not yet over.
Right. Thank you very kindly. Well, this is a battle between fundamental human rights and also people's health. Thank you very kindly for your opinion, Executive Director, Equity International Initiative, Chris Nyama. Thank you.